In this video, I am going to show you how to make your own DIY sulfur 8 hair grease while adding cloves in it for maximum hair growth. So I brought my scale out, but it didn't want to act right. So I went ahead and just used my cups for the measurements. Sulfur 8 and cloves can be a powerhouse for hair growth, but due to the methylparaben and the propylparaben, there are two ingredients that can be harmful to the hair and scalp. I decided to make my own, and also it's because I don't use any store-bought products. But since sulfur 8 and cloves go so well together and it's very powerful when it comes down to hair growth, then I couldn't miss out on creating my very own. So I grabbed my shea butter and I filled 1 cup full. And I bought this shea butter from off of Amazon, but it's been so long ago, so I don't have the link to it. But you can type in pure African shea butter in the search bar on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure that you will find a good one. Just be sure to check the reviews. And other companies sell them as well, so you can also type it into Google. But just know that you do not have to use shea butter if that's not your butter of choice. You can also use mango, kokum, miru, or babasu, and any other one that is in that particular family that I cannot pronounce. But the benefits of shea butter is that it can help reduce scalp irritation. It also moisturizes a dry scalp. It helps with irritation and inflammation, potentially reducing dandruff and promoting a healthier scalp environment. And what is a sulfur 8 duplicate without the menthol? I mean, I'm pretty sure that is why a lot of people love the grease, due to its cooling sensation to the scalp. Menthol is a natural compound found in mint plants like peppermint, and is known for creating a cool and tingling sensation when applied topically. This sensation can help soothe and relieve an irritated or itchy scalp, which is a common symptom of dandruff, a primarily target for sulfur 8's products. So my husband suffers from dry scalp and dandruff, and he used to be so in love with sulfur 8 before I started creating his own. Creating your own DIY is actually better to me because you don't have to deal with the petroleum that is included into the sulfur 8. But when you use shea butter or any other butter, it tends to turn into oil once you rub it together in the palm of your hand. So you don't have to worry about your pores clogging up. But when applying anything to your scalp, after a certain period of time, you do need to create a scalp DIY detox in order to get rid of all the oils, the dirts, and anything else that you've been applying back to back. So after adding a teaspoon of the menthol, I now add 2 tablespoons of the caprylic caprylic glyceride, which is a cosmetic ingredient that acts as an emulsifier and an emollient. It is derived from coconut oil and helps to mix water and oil-based components in products like creams, lotions, and cleanser. It also has surfactant and humectant properties, aiding in each application and moisture retention. And although I'm not adding any water to this, I decided to add it to soften up the shea butter. And now I'm adding 1/3 of a cup of mango butter, which is rich in vitamin A and vitamin E. Mango butter is lighter than shea butter, and it is known for its antioxidant properties, in which it absorbs onto the scalp and in the hair strands faster. I'm telling y'all that once y'all try this DIY for yourselves, you're gonna be ready to get rid of your sulfur 8. I mean, it's been quite a few years since I've used sulfur 8 on my scalp, and although I remember the cooling effect and the tingling sensation to my scalp, I can promise you that this DIY feels so much better, and it's definitely going to get rid of the dry, flaky scalp and the dandruff, just like the sulfur 8 does. But there's still going to be people that's going to be skeptical about it, and I can pretty much understand, because who you really know that's out here making a duplicate of the sulfur 8? Not really too many people would take that chance on making it. But if you can pretty much tell by looking at my bag of methyl crystal, you can clearly see that the name is faded and that I've been doing this for quite some time. And I promise you that I am not here to lead you wrong, because if that's the case, then I would have never created this video showing y'all. I've been creating my own grease with using menthol for so many years, so my scalp is used to this. But hopefully you'll try it and you'll see what the hype is about. So I already have my water boiling, and I'm kind of using the double boiler method. But if you notice that I do have water into my glass bowl, where usually I would have my butters and oils in, but I didn't want to do it that way. I decided to melt my butters in the measuring glass in order to properly poured into my 8-ounce container. I created about 8 ounces, so therefore I wanted to make sure that it fit in an 8-ounce jar. So now I'm allowing my butters and my menthol to melt together, and I just continue to go back and forth, making sure that I stir it every now and then. So my last ingredient is clove powder. The powder is derived by dried clove buds, and it offers several benefits for hair health, scalp health, and it does stimulate blood follicles to the scalp in order to promote hair growth. Its antibacterial and antifungal properties contribute to a healthy scalp environment. So if you have a lot of dandruff, psoriasis, or a dry scalp, then the clove and menthol is going to help eliminate that. So I'll allow it to simmer in the butters and the oils for about 30 minutes, and then I'll allow it to cool off. So I'm separating the powder from the oils by using a stocking cap. But it's one of those HD stockings, and I really didn't need it because most of the powder stuck to the bottom of the measuring cup. And usually I will go ahead and just add the powder to my grease because it doesn't harm your hair nor your scalp at all. But for the sake of the video, I just went ahead and left it out. So usually y'all know that I will add fragrance oils at the end, but this time I am using tea tree oil, which helps reduce dandruff, soothes irritation, and promote a healthier scalp environment as well. And I didn't realize that the bottle was empty, so I got about 9 to 10 drops out of it. Tea tree oil also is an antifungal property that helps combat the yeast that often causes dandruff and its association symptoms like itching and flaking. It helps reduce inflammation and irritation, providing relief from itching and dryness. So by adding the tea tree with the cloves and with the menthol, you're most definitely going to have a clean scalp free from dandruff. So if you simply want to remove buildup, excess oil, and dead skin cells, promoting a clean and healthy scalp environment, then this Sulfur 8 dupe is for you. And I also chose rosemary essential oil also for promoting hair growth, reducing dandruff, and soothing scalp irritation as well. And although I haven't got to it yet, I also add the lavender essential oil for the same reason, for preventing dandruff, soothing irritations, and combating scalp infections. And I poured about 9 to 10 drops of each one. On this go round, I did not add a preservative, which Germaben Plus is what I usually use in my video. And the reason being is because I do not have any liquids added to this grease. So I grab my 8-ounce plastic jar and I proceed by pouring in my liquid. So once I'm done, I place it into the refrigerator overnight and I take it out the next morning. So once I've taken it out, I allowed it to sit out for about 30 minutes just to unthaw a little, because most of the time when you put butters into the refrigerator, cold temperatures tend to harden it a little. So I'm overall liking the look. It's looking like butter. And when I run my fingers in it, it is firm, but it is also soft to the touch. I just love the fact that it's not too hard, but it is also not too loose. When I scoop it up and rub two fingers together, it immediately turns into oil, which is exactly what I was looking for. The original Sulfur 8 has that greasy effect, so I can clearly see why it clogs the pores. But this DIY immediately makes you feel like you have just put a few drops of oil on your scalp. So when I first apply it to my scalp, I do not feel the cooling sensation. No tingling sensation, no nothing. Smooth butter that turns into oil. But after I apply it to my whole entire scalp and then massage it in, that is when I feel a light but comfortable cooling sensation. Not overpowering at all. And believe it or not, my scalp feels very light, cool, and refreshing for quite a few hours. No loud menthol smell due to the lavender essential oil. I'm telling you that if you don't create this DIY, then you will not know what you are missing. Just look at all of the natural ingredients that you have control over putting into your grease. And you getting rid of the dirt, the dandruff, and the dry flaky scalp. There's no need of being afraid of the menthol crystals, because that is what's added into the Sulfur 8. It is also added to the Bengay and all of the other arthritis creams that y'all are rubbing all over your bodies. You know, your favorite viral virgin hair fertilizer grease that you guys love to use? What you think it's filled with? Menthol, of course. So many people are so comfortable and are so used to the creators making the same DIYs over and over, to the point that whenever they see a new one, they tend to be a little afraid. But if you do your research, you will see that these are the things that you have been applying to your scalp for several years. But instead, you are just doing it yourself. That is why they are called DIYs, because when you do it yourself, you have the control over how much ingredients that you want to put in your product. And like I stated on 1,000,001 of my videos, that is why it is very important for you to learn your hair. When you learn your hair, you will know what your hair can take, or how much of the ingredient that your hair can take. A lot of people are probably going to come in and say that they either don't like shea butter, or they simply don't have it, but they have mango butter instead, or avocado butter. I'm just using those as an example, but some may even have kokum butter. But just know that you can substitute it with what you have. And no, it don't have to be both butters. If you have just one, that is perfectly fine. If you don't have coconut oil, you can substitute it for olive oil, sunflower oil, or even avocado oil. As long as it's a carrier oil, it is fine. But what I won't tell you is that you can substitute the menthol. The menthol gotta stay. That's the whole entire purpose of creating a Sulfur 8 duplicate. But I know that some people are still going to turn around and ask me, can they substitute the cloves for rosemary or fenugreek seed? And that's where I will also have to say no. But y'all are grown and y'all can do what you want. Just don't ask me in the comment section, because the clove and the menthol was the main two ingredients of choice in order to improve scalp health and stimulate hair growth. You know, to get rid of that yeast and that fungus, the psoriasis and the dry flakes. You know, the buildup and the itching. That's why those are the two main ingredients of choice. So as you can see that I'm telling y'all to make sure that you don't miss out on making this DIY suffer a duplicate for yourselves. I'm telling you, once you feel that cooling sensation to your scalp, you are going to come back and thank me later. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, click that bell notification button to where you'll be the first to be notified whenever I upload my next video. You guys have a blessed one.